Hello, I'm Andy Edwards, and we're about to talk with John Bryant, author of a new book about the co-founder of the Virgin London Marathon, Chris Brasher, called The Man Who Made the London Marathon, and John is also chairman of the London Marathon Trust. John, Chris Brasher, a fascinating man, a forceful character. Do you think it needed someone of his vigour, uncompromising temperament sometimes, to found the London Marathon in partnership with John Disley?
Yeah, fascinating and forceful. He was all of those things. He was a multifaceted man. He achieved lots of things in many different areas. Remember, he first came to fame as the pacemaker for the 4-minute mile. He then unbelievably won a gold medal, the first gold medal on the track since 1932. And then he was a great journalist. But the crowning achievement was the London Marathon.
But when he and John Disley, who seems to have been a very good partner, a foil, a business foil, a quieter character to Chris, when they went to New York in 1979 to run the New York Marathon, and then 1980, that was the turning point.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he had dreamed of the marathon. He'd been to the 1960 Olympics as an Olympic correspondent, and he fell in love with a baby Bakila who ran barefoot in the Rome Marathon. And he said to himself, hey, I've won a gold medal in the steeplechase, but this guy, this is something really special. He thought he could never, ever dare to run the marathon. But then he got picked up and taken to New York in 1979. He went over there. He got paid to go over there by the Observer. He went over, he thought that might make a good piece. He went over to do a piece. When he came back, he was so excited. He got his poor wife Shirley out of bed in the middle of the night and declaimed the article, which he then put in the Observer. This was really the starting point. It was the challenge to London. Can you lay on a marathon? Everybody said it's impossible, absolutely impossible. But if he saw a challenge, he wanted to go for it. That was the kind of guy he was.
Do you think the vision then in 1981, the first London Marathon, encompassed what it has become today?
His enthusiasm pushed it forward. He just wouldn't take no for an answer. And it grew. And the other thing he did, he used everybody as volunteers. He hired people who had run the marathon. For instance, when he wanted to find a treasurer to run the books, he actually kind of looked through the entries and saw who had put on their entry form that they were accountants and that sort of thing. So he knew all the press, he knew everybody's business, and the volunteers really got this marathon up and running. And the marathon is still actually run by volunteers, and they love it. The people who are running, the 36,000 who are running on Sunday, actually owe a huge debt to both Chris Brasher and to John Disley, because they were a great double act. John, as you say, was slightly quieter. He would come along, picking up the pieces a little bit and making it work for Chris.
They certainly did make it work to create a very wonderful sporting institution by now. John Bryant, thank you very much.
Thank you.